Yes, peeps. I was just about to go to bed. I didn't listen to what David Gold said, but West Ham have finally announced the signing of Gianluca Scamacca. They've just released it 10:30, the bloody night, typical. Saying on the website that West Ham's delighted to announce the signing of the Italian international centre forward Gianluca Scamacca. 23-year-old joins a 5-year deal with an option of an extra year for an undisclosed fee. We know it's around 36 million euro. Towering 6'5" presence and capable of scoring all types of goals. He's one of Europe's top young strikers. And he scored 16 Serie A goals and started twice for Italy in the Nations League in June. It says here that we fought off interest from a host of top clubs to compete with the Rome-born player, who was capped 7 times and is considered his country's current and future number 9. What we could say here. He says, I'm really excited to join West Ham. I've waited a long time for this moment. It's been a dream to play in the Premier League. I feel like West Ham is a perfect team for me. Moyes, he says, we were looking to add more strength to our attacking options for a while. So we're delighted that we've got Gianluca in. He comes highly recommended. By all accounts, he was one that Rob Newman really pushed through, so fantastic news. I do apologise with my lack of everything today. Literally, I thought I'd wait till 10 o'clock, and I thought, right, fuck it, I'll put everything away. Let's see, we've got in the chat, huge news, finally Scamacca. And for those of you who are interested, and those of you who don't watch Twitter, he is going to be wearing the number 7 shirt, taking Yarmolenko's number. But if you're watching Twitter, we already knew that about 3 hours ago, because the website decided to put it on the website. You could purchase the Scamacca thing before he'd been officially signed, which was fantastic. There he is. I could have put money on he was going to be in an Italian shirt. Doesn't he look an absolute picture? Our number 7 or number 9. Let's go through the chat. You got yay, awesome. If you're new around here, give it a like, give it a comment, give it a share, give it a subscribe. Obviously, I am doing it from my lounge, and I was in bed 5 minutes ago. Shame we signed some bloke, never changed West Ham exactly. Absolute joke, innit? He's bloody signed. He's bloody signed. Could it be a double signing this week? Who knows? We can only hope. I'm hopeful that it may be a double signing. Maybe, I don't know what the delay was. Was it because of the England's semi-finals? Obviously, the Lionesses won 4-0. Absolutely stonking game today, and booked their place for the final. Indeed, great news of women in the final. Great news. Yes, everyone's excited. That's good to see. Evening. This video, the video to announce it, is superb. No sort of like graffiti and like party. It was like a real old-fashioned like Italian 90 type thing. It was really retro. It was almost like they've done it before he's actually signed, so he had it all sorted already, because there was no pictures of him in a West Ham shirt. How many pints are spilled as Scamacca scores a bag? Let's hope he does. Yes, Mr. Bond, the man with the golden boot. You see, me and Anton have been waiting. Look, there's Anton's stream. He's not even there. We've had our stream open for hours. Hasn't even turned up. He's still there. He doesn't even know where we're on. But I really don't care. Let's get some more comments. It's great news, isn't it? Absolutely brilliant news. Very happy. Now get Kostić. Let's hope so with a double deal. Hope they can spell his name right in the shirt. Otherwise, the PFA will do us for fielding an eligible player. And obviously, he won't be wearing, as I said, he won't be wearing the 91 shirt as he did it for Suso. He'll be wearing the number 7 shirt. A lot more sensible than 91. And we hope to get one of his ex-teammates on in the next couple of weeks to talk about him. Just saying. Oh, Lazio. Now we need to get the songs going. We need to get a decent song. Now, I was thinking about doing something to Zambuca. We went to the bar, Gianluca Scamacca. I don't know. I need to work on that. Papa is so relieved. Great support. Yeah, exactly. Our new striker as well. Evening, Pete. The store messed up. They did. The shirt was on before we'd. I don't. I think they've taken it off now. But I still managed to screenshot it. Yeah, so you could. That was about 3 hours ago. You could buy it, not just the home shirt, the away shirt as well, with Scamacca 7. But yeah, yes. Really pleased. Looks a good player. He does. We're not going for too long tonight because I was literally going to go to bed. Hopefully, a few more for the weekend. Let's hope so. Thought someone had nicked us off him. Took so long. Yeah, I don't really get it. Did they actually do the A? Because obviously they were doing this sort of. We were led to believe they were doing this sort of clever thing. But I don't know if they actually did the A. Let's have a look. Let's go to West Ham. Also, if anyone fancies it, we restarted My Hammonds 11. I suppose A for all the way from Rome, Italy. Yeah, I get them that. Yeah, I get that. Okay, they did do the A. It's, I mean, their one was all the way from Italy, from Rome, Italy. Welcome to West Ham, Gianluca Scamacca. Or is it Scamacca? Mrs. Budden's phoning. Hello. Downstairs doing a stream now because I've had enough of you two shouting at each other. I love you.
You doing what?
Well, we've just signed our player. I'm just online we just signed our player. I'm just doing it all now. I love you.
Oh, don't blame me.
I'm not blaming you. They've been screaming like anything. Evening, big boy and Julie. X-News, don't want to get carried away till he has a shirt in, but he's in. It's in. It's been announced. Anton's passed out. Exactly. It's been 1,107 days since we last signed someone. Anton's practicing his rap. He is. Scamacca. Tic-tacker. Don't know. Happy Emirates in the house. Hope you're well. He looks like a good bastard. He does. Handsome chap. Look at him. Handsome chap. Oh, I think Happy Emirate is going to have some competition with her thirst for Lanzini. Look at that lovely specimen, man. And as I said, we started our new we started the series of My Hammonds 11, and we have Mark Simmons, who's a comedian who's been on Mock the Week and stuff like that, and great My Hammonds 11 we did. He's a really nice bloke and a really good side he put together. He put two sides together actually. Scamacca, so it must be Peter Del Crouchy. I'm so delighted when the ball hits the net. It's not the Beast or Payet, it's Scamacca. Yeah, okay, we can get that one going. Evening, Martin. Hope you're well. Evening, all the way from Rome. The actual announcement, indeed. It must be how long it takes. How much money have we spent this year, and how much do you think we got in the bank? 30 million on 30. Was it like 8 or 9 million on 39 plus another 9 plus extras for Downs? That's 9 plus 39, 48, 30. Must have spent about 80 million, I reckon, haven't we? I reckon. That's not including the add-ons as well. I'm very well, Rob. Hope you're well too, my friend. A little bit better now. What a play we have. And I mean, if you go back on Twitter, there was one of the England's one of the ex-England coaches, women's coaches, was saying what a coup this signing is for West Ham. A real coup. Because apparently the Italians have been waiting for, and basically don't want to sell it, didn't want him to come to West Ham. They were to keep him in Italy because they've known about him for so long. He's been trying to progress through the Italian system. They've known him for the last 10 years now, and so they're a bit gutted. He's come to us, really. We've pulled an absolute coup, I think, and I'm hopeful that we will be able to get the best out of him. And as I said, 5 years, 5-year deal plus a 1-year add-on. So 6 years, hopefully. Best years ahead of him. There he is in the shirts. There he is looking all handsome. And speaking of handsome people, we may be joined by one in a minute. Spelt all day, spell his name out in tweets, and then spell it's gonna. It's yeah, exactly. Proper statement signing, yes. The only fly in the ointment is 10:30. They make the announcement. I'd rather them have made the announcement midday. Yes, tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? 10:30. Bit weird. But speaking of handsome gentlemen,
He's in.
Exactly. Oh, fucking hell. What's going on? Why did it take so long? I don't
What
get
am I
it.
hearing? Have you got music on?
Oh, yeah, I got a bit of music on because I was just talking to myself. Yeah, that was why. I'll just talk to ourselves. Yeah. Oh, I can't believe it's happening.
Man. Do you know what? I've been sitting, as every West Ham fan has been all night, refreshing. And then, do you know what? Do you know what, though? I decided not to do it and decided to watch James Bond. James bloody Bond. And then 5 minutes before it got announced, I went, I'm going to switch my phone on silent. And I heard it beeping. Like the vibration. I thought, I'll just check it. And then, bang, he's in. Scamacca.
Oh, man. Crazy.
Crazy. What a lad. Absolutely fantastic. Buzzing. I'm absolutely buzzing about it. I think it's a great signing. I don't know. I know I've missed what you've been talking about, so I've not even had a chance to. Have you gone through his what he said?
Yeah, just briefly. Yeah, just in terms of what he said, in terms of just the main takeaways. The main takeaways, nothing too sort of like in depth, because I think everyone else is going to be covering it anyway. It was just to get some sort of initial reaction.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he seems to be happy. Seems to be excited.
It's huge. It's a huge deal for West Ham, to be honest. It's a big deal for West Ham. I mean,
it is. I mean,
yeah.
I said we had what's it face one of the England I think it's one of the ex-Lioness managers on Talk Sport today, Sam Massaface, who was talking to, saying how much of a coup it is. You know, I don't think people understand how much of a coup this is, in the fact that the Italians didn't want him to leave Serie A. And the fact he's coming here, and the fact he's coming here with, a good season behind him, 16 goals in Serie A, and they've known about him for the last 10 years. They've been waiting for him, as a kid, progressing him through the various ranks. PSV, obviously, Eindhoven. He was coached by Van Nistelrooy. He weren't too shabby either. So. Yeah, no, it's fantastic news. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I really
news.
do. I think it's going to be. This is the real bastard we've been looking for, really, to be honest. And I think he's really going to offer West Ham a whole new outlet. And I tell you what, I said it today. I don't know if you've seen the show I did earlier on, but I did say today about putting respect on Antonio's name massively, because he's carried us for such a long time, and also that this probably can progress his career in a different way as well.
Yeah, I just think it could prolong it, definitely prolong his career. And I think was it Tony Cudworth from 90 Minutes? He put something out about basically, sort of, it was an article about the Antonio, and Antonio actually responded to it today.
Yeah,
to say, look, I appreciate, exactly, so
but I thought that was a nice touch, to be honest, that he did that as well. And it was a great article, and it's true, though, it is putting respect on Antonio's name, because he's properly done us a huge service through his whole career, like genuinely, like the amount of times he's been up and down, and in terms of the fan base, some of the fan base slagging him off when, the time when he played at full back, etc. But he did say a year ago or so that, I need another player to come in and challenge me, and now he's got it. And this guy looks like, I mean, listen, it's easy for us fans to get carried away, but it's a new signing, and why not? Why?
It's a new signing. It's a 1,000 odd days since we last signed a striker. We haven't had a striker since, obviously Haller leaving, a proper striker, and by what people are saying, this guy's the real deal.
Yeah.
So as you said, I think he's, and I think we love an Italian. You look at some of the Italian players we've had, the likes of Di Canio, the likes of Diamanti. Yes, we've had the likes of Zaza, but I think I think he's really gonna. I think we're gonna really enjoy watching him play.
Yeah.
And we've got him with a week and a half to go for the Premier League kicks off. So maybe he might feature on the weekend at Lens. You don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why he wouldn't. To be honest, I mean, I mean, he's our big centre forward signing we've been looking for. It's not that he's not been training; he just hasn't been training as much. So he's got something under his belt, and that's key to the whole process. So yeah, I mean, it's just an absolutely fan bloody tastic, and I love that number. Everyone loves that number, don't they?
Well, particularly because we all knew it was going to be a number 7 about 3 hours ago.
I know. I mean, it's ridiculous.
And it had. I was going to put money on him having an Italian flag over his shoulder, very much like Agerd had the Moroccan flag on when he was signing, and the French flag for Zuma and stuff.
Well, that seems to be the way they're going this with everything they're doing this year, isn't it?
Yeah, sort of the stock thing. I think I did it last year as well. I remember Fornals being in a picture. But yeah, looking good. Haven't seen the crossed hammers just yet.
I know, but I'm assuming we'll get that video very, very shortly, and it'll be nice to see how he pronounces it. Well.
Yeah, that's what Clips is waiting for. Come on, your irons.
Irons.
Although,
but I do really think that this guy is going to cause. I mean, Russ, put it in a nutshell. You've got Scamacca, you've got Antonio, you've got Jared Bowen, you've got Fornals, Lanzini, you've got Benrahma. You've got Vlasic. I think I've missed players, by the way. I really do think I've missed players.
No, I don't think attacking. Not in the first team. Obviously, Okaflex and people like that.
Yeah,
as well.
But I think I know we've not seen him. I know he's unproven in the Premier League, but his trajectory of his career is definitely working its way up the way. Absolutely. But here's 7 things, as announced on the website, that we need to know about Gianluca Scamacca. You ready for this?
Go for it.
He's finished as the leading scorer in the Coppa Italia on 2 separate occasions in 2018-19 season. He scored 4 times for Ascoli to help the Serie B side reach the 4th round. He scored twice each in wins over Pro Vercelli and Trapani. He then scored 4 times in Genoa, reached the round of 16 in the 2021 season, netting 2 goals in the victories as well. In total, he scored 8 goals in just 7 career appearances in the competition. So he loves a domestic cup. He loves a domestic cup. Here we go. Europa League Conference is on the radar.
That's not a domestic cup.
Well, you know what I mean. I know it's not. Sorry. I just got excited.
Yeah, I know you did.
He's been capped regularly by Italy since the age of 15. He's been capped an amazing 85 times by Italy at no fewer than 8 different levels, from under 15s up to senior. Scoring how many goals, Russ?
No idea. 36
goals. He scored in his first ever appearance for his country, netting twice in a 3-3 friendly against Belgium in 2014 at under 15 level. Now, this next part, I think, is integral to his career and how it's progressed, and shows you what he had to do to progress his career. He went Dutch.
Yeah.
So obviously we've spoken about him quite a lot, and we've spoken about how he went over to BSV Eindhoven and played for their second team, young PSV. But his senior debut didn't come in his homeland of Italy. It came in Holland, as we know. And he made a professional bow 3 weeks after his 17th birthday as a substitute for young PSV in the 2-1 Dutch second-tier win in 2016. And he made 132 senior appearances for them. Cremonese, PEC, Zwolle, Ascoli, Genoa, Sassuolo, scoring 42 goals in total. And I think there's something in the Dutch connection because they do know how to develop their players. They know how to bring their players through all these systems and things like that as well. So it looks like he had to, and if you read further into it, apart from family problems, etc., I think that he was a late bloomer, even in his style. That's why I'm so keen to get my nephew to watch him. Really keen to get my nephew to watch him because my nephew has just turned 14 and he's 6'2". So I think there's going to be like a kind of similar thing in him, but just going abroad. Like obviously he couldn't find the right team to develop him, and it shows that he's got that everything about him. Something else, he's gone close to international glory. He appeared on 5 occasions as Italy reached the semi-finals of the FIFA Under-20 World Cup in 2019, and he scored in the final as Italy were beaten 4-3 by Portugal in Under-19 Championships in Finland of 2019. His idol is Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Now, people have made some form of comparisons to him. I subtly see it, but I see more of the Arnautovic type player, if I'm being brutally honest. Just Arnautovic and taller.
Yeah, I think so. I think there's naturally comparisons with Arnautovic because just the tattoos more than anything as well. He has that sort of. He does look at that type of player. I mean, I think he's. And as we said, we've got as I said, when he was at PSV, obviously the likes of Van Nistelrooy were there helping him, and arguably one of the best strikers to play in the Premier League, Van Nistelrooy. So, and just for happy Hammerettes, there he is working out.
Oh, look at that handsome chappy! Even
in his Nike Pros. I know all about Nike Pros because Flo's got about 1 million pairs of them because that's all she wears now. So there we go, happy Hammerette. There's for your bank later on. Yeah,
what a handsome geezer, isn't it? Handsome geezer. He's coming over to. He's coming over to the UK to enjoy himself on and off the field. Hopefully, hopefully more on the field than off it.
Let's hope so. And actually, if you listen to it's a good point that something that Fresh Fielder says. If you listen to the announcement video, it's like an old school announcement video. It's like it's all got that sort of Italia. What was the Italian coverage?
Do you know what? It's funny you said that because I was talking about that today. But when I came on the computer to talk to you, I was like, have you got all the sound effects on? I'm not talking about the background music. My computer logged me into WHUFC.com and it automatically played the video. And I thought it was you. And now that Sean has just said it, I've now realised it was bloody West Ham.
What was it called on a Sunday?
Is it not just called Football Italia?
Is it Gazzetta? Yeah, it was Gazzetta.
Was it Gazzetta?
Something like that, yeah. Gazzetta Football Italia, or something like that. Yeah, typical West Ham.
Something like that. Something like that.
It's 11 o'clock. I literally was in bed about 20 minutes ago. Football Italia. Football Italia. I think that's what it's called. So literally. Dedication.
Well, listen, I'm not finished though. He is currently, you ready for this one? Italy's current number 9. It's a big deal. He made his senior debut for Italy as a substitute in the 5-0 World Cup qualifying win over Lithuania, and he's earned his 7 full caps, including an appearance in the 2022 Super Final between reigning European South American champions, which saw Italy defeated by Argentina at Wembley in June. So, the man's a geezer. And the last one we want to talk about is he's enjoyed a prolific 2021 season, as you've mentioned. 16 goals in Serie A last season, making him the second highest scoring Italian behind Immobile. His partnership with fellow Italian international Berardi combined for 31 of Sassuolo's 31 of 64 Serie A goals, making it the second most prolific in the division behind Martinez and Dzeko, who combined for 34 goals. Huge.
And
really
got
exciting.
The Cross Irons picture.
There you go. I really am buzzing about it. I mean, I know there's so many comments in the chat. I haven't even had a chance to even look through them.
You'll be going through them, but you're right. It's so many. Obviously, Phil's asked he's wearing another 7 shirt. He's into not 91. He wasn't allowed to wear the 91 shirt. But the question's got to be, who's next? Is Kost next?
Mate, I tell you what, if we can get Kostić over the line, I really want Kostić. I really want Kostić. Russ, can you just quickly add those photos into you know what, and then I'll quickly update the other thing while I'm saying that. But obviously I'm going to be doing the show tomorrow, and I'm going to be talking a lot about Kostić. And I think, I mean, I don't know what to believe, right? I don't know what to believe. So something I read today was that Moyes wasn't so interested in Kostić, but has made a U-turn. But when you look and watch what Kostić is capable of doing, he is a phenomenal player. He's a phenomenal player, and he absolutely dominates the left-hand side. And we've seen that firsthand when we saw him play against West Ham. But he's been vital to Eintracht Frankfurt's success over the last couple of seasons. He's been like literally up there with one of the best ever players.
Yeah, best and top 3, isn't it? It's top 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they talk a lot about what players, you know, have like. I think the biggest thing the biggest battle we're going to face, if he is in London, that's good. But if he's not in London, the biggest battle we're going to face, Russ, is convincing him to come away from Champions League football. Yeah, but I tell you what a way to do it.
Not just that as well, but obviously coming to the end of his, obviously last year of his contract. Not only is he playing Champions League football this year, but then in the summer he can basically do a Lingard. In all honesty, and get a massive signing for a team next summer. And still at the age of 30, really. So he's still got a couple of years ahead of him. So, yeah, it's going to be a big uphill battle. But as you said, you know, we love the fact that the agent is the same agent as Scamacca's agent, which is good. You'd hope we've had good negotiations with Scamacca, his agent, and so that could bode well. Yeah. You know, there was a mystery man on the plane.
Was it not there just his entourage?
There was a mystery player on the plane. You know, there's a lot of. I love speculating.
Yeah. You
know, it took off from Rome, didn't it? One of the players we were looking at was Roma's Justin Kluivert, and Roma have just signed Dybala.
Well, I mean,
just throwing it. Just putting 2 and 2 together and coming up with 12.
Of course, but, I get it. But I think, you know, do you know what? It looks like he's been voted off the Italian Love Island. It's true, though. He does. Yeah. He does. I tell you what, though, looking back at that edit that person done of Scamacca and the West Ham top's very good if you look at the actual real pictures. Apart from the hair.
Yeah. Apart from the fact it's got a different hairstyle.
Yeah. But I think he's going to be an exciting option. I think defences are going to look at West Ham and think, shit, what a threat this is. Yeah. What I do like about Scamacca, apart from everything else I've spoken about, is he does like to shoot. And I think that's something we've really missed.
Yeah. I can't remember who it was. No. Sorry. Someone was talking about Scamacca and said it might have been James Allnott, the YouTuber. He's very good. He did a whole thing called the ripple effect. So it's like, what if this happens? And so, you know, basically it was like, he did about West Ham the other day. What did West Ham score?
Sorry, I'm actually.
What's that?
The media video is quality. I'm sorry. I don't care that they've announced it 3 hours ago on the website. I've just watched it again. It's quality.
But the thing is, they've done that 2 or 3 days ago. isn't they? Because there's no like latest
brilliant.
pictures of him. You'd want him at the end doing that or whatever. But he's talking about the ripple effect and saying, okay, if West Ham signs Scamacca, what does happen about Brozier? And he said the thing about Scamacca is he'll get you probably every month. He'll be one of the goals of the month candidates because he likes to shoot outside the box and. People like to see those types of goals. So, I think we'll see, hopefully, a few outside the box, which will be good.
However, I mean, I don't think by no means Brozier's done. That's just my humble opinion. I think there is a genuine option there. I think Moyes will want that option. I'm telling you now, Russ, he's looking at...
Apparently they took down the original because his name was spelled wrong. And that's just literally like what's going on sometimes. And that's true because like I saw what's his face? Sean put it up and then Kane Townland went, at least you spelled the name right.
Yeah, madness. It's madness. I'm just really excited. I'm really excited about I think because Moyes has said from day dot, like in terms of this summer, we need to invest in. I've got a number of players I want to bring in. It went quiet after Flynn Downs, didn't it? Was it Flynn Downs was the last one we brought in?
Yeah.
It went quiet for about a week and a bit.
Yeah.
But
he sort of did same for Agard, wasn't it? Agard got signed, then it went a bit quiet, and then it was Areola, then he went quiet for a week, and then Downs came in. Then he went quiet, and then Scamacca's come in, and by all accounts, it's hopefully going to get busy again. But yeah, they spelt the name wrong.
Yeah,
I've got to look.
Oh no! They put two M's,
and they've been spelling it out all day as well.
No, all that work, and no one proofread it. Oh, I feel sick.
It happens quite often.
It happens to us, but I know it does.
It happens quite often with like the amount when we do like people don't usually see it, but pre-match we're putting the ads up and go, oh, actually that's the wrong date or that's a spelling, so it does happen. But that's a massive thing, and also the whole thing on the website and Scamacca's turning up. Oh dear.
Oh, I know. It's exciting time. So there's so many comments, isn't it? So what are they all? What's everyone saying?
Everyone's just really happy about Hamperick. Do you think he'll get his debut against City? I think they've got a week to settle him in, really, haven't they? Really, to be honest.
Well, I think what David Moyes will definitely be looking at is if he's bringing in players now, he'll definitely be wanting to look at a mixture of what can they offer in the short term and the long term, obviously in terms of fitness wise. So I don't think he'll be too impressed with players that are not doing anything and look to bring them in because he's not like that. Moyes, even if Moyes wants them, he'll want to know that they've got some form of fitness because that shows discipline, doesn't it? It shows that you've got something about you that... Is it on here? Sorry, I've been totally catching up with everything. That's what happens when you watch James Bond. But I think that David Moyes will have his mindset in that. So if there's a player that he's interested in and he's done no preseason at all, I really don't think Moyes will be interested in that because that's not showing you consistency, that's not showing you discipline, all that sort of stuff. So I think Scamacca will be there or thereabouts. He'll get a full week under his belt. He'll get a bit of game time. Will he start against Man City? I don't know. Possibly. But we don't really know, Russ. We don't really know.
We don't know.
We can sit here and guess and think, oh, well, I don't think he should. And some people say, I think he will. Oh, I think he'll start with Antonio. He may start with Antonio and he may bring Scamacca on. He may start with Scamacca and bring Antonio on. He may start with both of them. Who bloody knows?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, as I said, I know you your lineups potentially the other day, and was it today? I think it was today when I've lost.
That wasn't really that. That actually wasn't my predicted lineup.
No, but what I'm saying is, what you're saying is, there's options, isn't there? As I said, it could be, where the right hand side is nailed down, that left hand side isn't nailed down. There's nothing to say that Antonio's not on that left hand side.
Yeah,
and you could imagine a front three of Scamacca, Antonio, and Bowen. And Scamacca is not a slouch at all in terms of pace.
No. But the thing is, though, Russ, if he is looking at more attacking threats, like I honestly can see him looking at Broja. I can honestly, I'm not so sure about the Zelensky. If he's interested, he's interested. I'm seeing not mixed reports. I'm seeing mixed reports in terms of whether he actually wants to come to the UK. So I don't know about that. But it shows you that if that is a genuine link, then and it could be a genuine link, then he's obviously looking at someone else in that department or two in that department. And I tell you what, Russ, if you bring Kostić in and you bring Broja in, or Broja and someone else, holy shit.
Yeah. I think
it doesn't mean it's going to take off overnight, but it just means that we've been patiently waiting as fans. And now we're. And the question I'm going to ask you, Russ, and I'll ask everyone in the chat. When we look back during the summer of 2016, was it 2016, when we signed, or 2015 or whatever it was, when we signed all those players for our European campaign, take yourself back to when we signed those players, to take yourself to this time when we're signing these players. How do you feel? And the reason I'm asking that is, do you feel different? Because I do. I do. Why do you feel different?
Because, well, firstly, we didn't know we was going to have such a good season. It was the last season of the bowling. We were just coming out of the Allardyce years.
Yeah.
And Bilic came in, and this was very much a changing of the guard.
They've changed it. Sorry,
I know they've changed it. He signed again. He signed again. 45 minutes after he first signed. But yeah, I mean, and actually, you look at the signings he brought in. A lot of them were, yes, there was Payet, there was Lanzini, but these guys, we didn't know who they were, and they developed into good players. They also signed the likes of Jelavic. And people like that, where it seemed, everyone we've brought in, and it might just be the fact that it is because of the proliferation of, it's a long word, of YouTube and stuff like that. We're a bit more savvy of these players coming in now. So, the fact is, spending £30 million on a Gerd, we could go and look at his best clips, and it's a bit more about him. Social media, in terms of, Flynn Downs as well. I mean, the four guys we've brought in now, in terms of the four first teamers, not talking about Patrick Kelly, obviously, as well. They're all quality players, absolutely quality. Apparently the Come on You Wines video is out. Colin's texted me. Colin's tweeted me it. So after, okay, where is it? Let me just listen to it. I'll have a quick listen. And that was done like 10 o'clock. Wait it.
Oh, here he is.
Yeah, not bad. But a lot lighter than it is now. So they've taken that picture.
Hey, that's good. Tell you what, that's decent.
He's done a good Come on You Wines there.
He has, and I tell you what as well. He said he obviously speaks good English.
Yeah,
and that's a big thing for obviously David Moyes as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's exciting times. It really is. It really is. And I just hope that we can get a few more signings in. And like you said, Russ, let's just go through the transition. Yarmolenko's gone and Scamacca's in. Noble and Kroll are gone. And Flynn Downs is in. So we've still got the kind of gap, in theory, you could say about Mark Noble, but you've got a few of the young ones there. Ryan Fredericks is gone. But we've got options. Yeah?
Yep, definitely.
Martin's gone, and we brought in Areola.
Yep.
No defenders have gone. We've brought in Aguerd, who looks naughty. However, his injury's not good news. And for me, those four signings are massive upgrades.
Yeah, I think as a team, Yeah, I mean, as a squad, he's brought in quality, and he's for me, they identified positions they needed to upgrade. They need to upgrade the centre back position. Done it. They needed to upgrade, or they sort the goalkeeper position. They done it. They needed to bring in a midfielder. They've done it. Obviously the next job is we need to bring in a left back, I would suggest, or a left wing back, or someone like Kostić, I think would be a great signing for us. But that's the next thing to do, and so he seems to be like decompartmentalizing it all. It's now, okay, so Scamacca's done. Now we move on to that left-sided, and if it's not Kostić, then it is Cornet or someone else. There's half a dozen people it could be. I don't think it's the right way of doing it. And what's interesting about Scamacca is, by all accounts, he was a Rob Newman man. He was put to Moyes by Rob Newman rather than he wanted Brozier, really, what we're led to be believed. So that shows the significant role that Rob Newman's going to be playing in this. And is it a coincidence that they've arguably brought in 4 really good quality players, and not necessarily household names as well?
Love it. That's definitely a good thing. I think the only household name we were probably expecting really was the L word, but that didn't happen. However, the more I look at that, I'm totally fine with it now. Totally fine with it, and I love the fact that we've got to trust in a lot in what Moyes has done, because apart from what Jordan Hugo and was there anyone else really that's not been great?
Hugo
and I'm trying to think. Maybe Vlasic. I don't want to say it yet, but it's not fair, really. But possibly Vlasic. But I tell you what, these players in training are going to be properly up for it.
Definitely.
And the training sessions. I mean, we've just brought in an Italian international, the Italian number 9. That's a big deal for West Ham. We have to remember that. That's a huge deal for West Ham.
It's a huge deal, and it's the Italian number 9 who's going to be the Italian number 9 for several years to come.
Yeah.
And Happy Emirate. We've seen the pictures already. We've seen him in his night. He's in his night pros training, and it's very similar to Darney, but. I mean, the question is, am I going to put Scamacca in my Premier League, my fantasy Premier League team now? I'm going to have to rework that now.
You are, mates. You are.
Because it's a bit of a B side. So,
so many nice comments. Everyone's buzzing about getting Scamacca in. Who is next? I'm gonna go for Moyes working his magic and bringing in Kostić. If it's a big deal for a player at the age of 29 to potentially give up Champions League football, but I'm telling you, Russ, mate, I mean, if you believe in the project that what Moyes is trying to build, then Kostić looks like the real deal, mate. He really does look like the real deal. He'll cause so many defenses.
He caused us a shitload of problems, didn't he, when they played against us?
Yeah. And he caused every team, Barcelona, shitloads of problems when he played Barcelona.
The winner.
Yeah, Rangers, shitloads of problems when he played. Every team they played, he caused lots of problems in the Europa League, let alone being in the league and let alone having the stats that he had. I wouldn't be surprised if we're trying to push through deals quickly within reason. Like they've got their list of players they want, and they've done a lot of the legwork. And it would be nice to think that we could get someone else through the door.
The obvious names are Kostić and Onana.
Yeah,
they're the two which we, Onana's. I was listening to Damesh the other day, and after that third bid went in, or the fourth bid, or whatever bid, no one knew what was going on. But Lille do that. They did it with Sven Botman and eventually sold him. They wanted a lot more money, and don't forget that Newcastle thought they were going to go. We're trying to hijack the Agard bid, and then surprise, surprise, little crumble, and he goes to Newcastle. And on the same. I think it's the only. I mean, I think Kostić will be fantastic, but I think Kostić will be fantastic on that left-hand side, rather than necessarily being the left wing back. He gives us his options to play left wing back, but in the same way Fornals played that position, and then he played left wing back a few games, didn't he, last season? So I would, I think we'll probably still do 4-2-3-1, but we can go to 3 at the back, and then he can drop into that position. So I still think there's a job for us to bring in a left back as well.
On Trini's point, I get that. But what I will say is that as much as I've always said we need to progress our defence because we've always conceded goals, etc., I have the faith temporarily in all of those players. Zuma, of course, is a man mountain at the back. Ogbonna's coming back from injury. That concerns me, but he's back. But it concerns me that he's going to where his fitness is going to be at. Hopefully, Dawson's niggle's not too bad, and he'll be back rocking and rolling. And to be honest with you, Russ, I've got a lot of faith in what Dawson will do. He'll come in and he'll do a job. And Diop, if Diop has spat his dummy out, because he kind of looks like he has in terms of everything that we're adding up to, and I know we're hearing that he's in France and messing about on his holiday or whatever.
Well,
but when we were at the Rangers game, he stormed out of Ibrox.
Yeah,
he was him and Masuaku were the first 2 players by a long mile, by like literally 25 minutes on the bus, and we're waiting on the bus, and they looked raging. They did genuinely look raging because they got no game time at all. So I think if he does go, we'll look at bringing someone in. If you looked at what Roshane Thomas today said, is that we are scouting someone in Italy, and I don't know if you've seen that, a defender. And if we are, I'm trying to put 2 and 2 together and thinking, who is that? Is it Milinkovic? Would we go back in for Milinkovic? Because he kind of looks reasonably similar to Aguerd-ish.
See, it's the thing for me. I think if we went in for Milinkovic, then the recovery period for Aguerd is a lot longer we think it is.
Yeah.
So I don't think Milinkovic would come in going, well, I know you're only buying me because
but
he's going to be there.
The massive but to this, though, is Russ, he's always said he wants to have 4 strong centre-backs. And in actual fact, in theory, right now, I'm trying to be careful because I love Craig Dawson. I don't want people to saying that I'm not slagging him off. But in theory, on paper, Zuma is the next level only defender we've probably got fit.
Yeah.
Apart from that, we've got Ogbonna, who is quality, has been great, but he is coming back from such a bad injury that he may recover, he may not ever recover properly from that. Diop obviously has gone haywire, whatever you call it, and Dawson is just Dawson, comes up and does a job. So, like, for me, if we were to push the boat out and get Milinkovic in, Russ, and I'm not saying it is Milinkovic, but if we were to get Milinkovic in, Milinkovic's got a future at West Ham. Big future.
He does, but if I was Milinkovic, I'd be like, well, clearly the starting 2 will be Zuma and Aguerd, so I'm going to be third choice, and that's what it would be. He would be that, unless he could vie with Aguerd for that sort of left-sided, because they're both left-sided. I mean, for me, I think it's someone who's going to be someone who's not getting game time. I think it'll be a loan signings. I think that would make sense because.
But Russ, does Moyes do that? Who's the squad players he brings in to bring into the squad?
Yeah,
I don't. Apart from. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we don't know. I mean, he may really like Flynn Downs. Flynn Downs has looked quality when he's played. I'm just saying. He's not bringing in players. Moyes doesn't go and sign players and go, "I'll have you on the bench, mate." He doesn't want that.
Yeah,
he's stated that all the time.
Yeah, I mean, you look at. I mean, just having a look now, and it's like, in terms of, for me, it's not even necessarily the sort of top. I mean, you maybe someone like. I don't even know, to be honest. I mean, personally, what I would do is I'd probably go and get bloody Coletta Clark. He's £8 million. Milan, Marseille are literally, on begging knee trying to sell players. So I'd go and get him, and £8 million, and he would do a job. And we've had that look at him before, but we'll see what happens. I mean, people were saying about Tomori, ex Chelsea, but he's doing well at AC Milan. He's not going to come. He would, he hasn't got, he's got a thing. Someone like Demiral. Merrill Demiral from Atalanta. Yeah, that's the type of player I think. It's someone who's a little bit not top tier. He's like, second tier, because he'd come in and know that he's going to be playing second fiddle to Agard when he's he's recovered. But we'll see. We don't know, man. As I said, we're speculating. I still think we might get the Liverpool left back, the Greek guy. What's his name? Tzimikas, or his name is, because again, someone like that, who's needs game time. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to bring up to you all if it's worked. Let me see if it is. I think it has. Scamacca's heat map for the season just past. Here it is. Here.
Yeah,
that's his heat map for the full season. So you can see that he doesn't just stay in the box. Look at where he travels to.
So I think someone described him as well. I think it was James, actually, James Alcott, and he was basically calling him. Yeah, he can play as a backboard as well.
Yeah,
sort of that, and you can see that. I mean, obviously Gianluca's in the chat, although he spelt his first name wrong. But yeah, so he can turn and face. He can play the backboard. He can turn and run with the ball, and so yeah, I think there's going to be lots of different ways he's utilised. Tzimikas, that's it. Yeah, that's who I was thinking about.
He picked up 7 yellow cards last season. He is 70% successful in his dribbles throughout per 90 minutes. And he wins 57% of his aerial duels as well. He gets stuck in his defending. He has 1 interception per game, an average 1 tackle a game. The man just kind of does everything, really. He's got 74% accuracy for passing. He touches the ball a lot in every one of his games. They suggest they score. Yeah, he just gets involved. Heavily gets involved. Just trying to see if there's anything else that I can come up with, but no, it seems to be.
Well, I think it's the basic. I mean, I think he's going to offer a lot, and I think we're going to be very excited to watch him. And you can just see the fact it's 11:30, and there's a few hundred people on here already. Still buzzing about it. What a good signing it is for us. And as I said, it was all looking a bit doom and gloom last week. Towards the end of last week, considering the optimism we had on the Monday to what was around on like the Friday, and then the whole Scamacca thing came to the forefront a bit more. So it's just being a West Ham fan, isn't it, basically? Yeah. Just being a West Ham fan.
Absolutely. And long may it continue. Long may we get more players coming through the door. If you are watching, who's the next player you want through the door? And so it's a double-barreled question. Who's the next player you want through the door? And do you think we will sign Broja?
Ooh. The next person you want through the door, or the next one, or you think we're going to get through the door?
Whatever you want. Whatever you want it to be, Russ. Whatever you want it to be.
I think that the one I'd want it to be is probably Kostić. I think That's what I want it to be. Do I think we're going to get Brozier? I think if we do, it's going to be. I think someone put in the chat. I think it'll be a last minute loan deal if we did get him. I just think at the moment it's that bit's been sort of sorted now. So now it's looking at left back, and then it comes back round if we're still into
the thing I would be slightly concerned about is that in theory, if you don't classify Antonio as a number 9, in theory, then we've only still got one striker, and I don't think that's enough. I don't think that's enough for the Premier League, because God forbid something was to happen, then you're back to square one, and we need with Aguerd, but we need options, and that's why I think that Moyes has seen it. Like, Moyes is obviously being a little bit spendy money with his hands, he's a bit like that. Yeah, there you go. And I think this is Russ. This window is the window. This is the one from the last season at Upton Park. This is the window that West Ham have to strengthen. So therefore, for me, I don't want us to go half-hearted. Currently, I feel like we are 60% done in this window, and we need. Like, I'm telling you now, if we get Kostić, or however you pronounce his name, Onana, Broja, and another centre half, I will be really happy with our transfer window. Really will. That's a lot I'm asking for, but yeah.
That's why I could see us trying to like blow it up with some loan deals. That's why I think I can't see them spending another 30 million on Brozier, because at the moment that needs to be reallocated elsewhere. I think, to be honest.
Yeah.
But
if you were to bring someone like Kostić, Brozier in, then you're looking at probably taking someone out. Definitely at that point. Right now, you don't have to. But if you were to bring someone else in, then you would take someone out of that and that whole setup. And at that point, I think really, if I know we're talking in hindsight, but if Brozier was to come in, then I don't think Vlasic has got an opportunity at West Ham.
No, I think he's going to be one of those players who, is, as you said, people are talking about him, Bologna and various others, and Torino, and you could see him easily going there. I think I can still see us trying to do some stuff in the free transfer market as well. The likes of Belotti, I'm just throwing names out, but Isco, these types of players, you could just see just one of them coming in just to give that extra bit of quality, maybe a little bit older, not necessarily fitting our profile. But Kostić isn't really fitting our profile of a player. He's 29, He's not that sort of...
Yeah, but I did say today, though, that, as much as we're talking about bringing in these young players and following the Red Bull model, you need experience with that.
True.
And 29 isn't 23, obviously, but you still have 3 years of a strong career ahead of you, 100%. Like, we were about to potentially pay Jesse Lingard 150 grand a week, and in theory, if you look at what Kostić can offer in terms of assists and goals, his output's quite high for a player that's probably not going to cost nowhere near what we were going to pay for Lingard. So
no, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Someone like Kostić as well. Kostić is, to be honest, he's been he's a late bloomer. He was an okay player, but the last sort of three seasons, he's really sort of like, when you're meant to hit your peak, he has been hitting his peak. So no, I get that totally. I think it's just I think you'll end up seeing. As I said, I'm still think we'll end up. I'd like us to still have a look at the Championship as well. There's some decent players there I think we could pick up, which would be a lot, because for every Scamacca, we're not going to get 6 Scamaccas through. We're not going to spend £180 million on 6 £30 million players. We've got 2. Kostić for like 12 to 15 million, Flynn Downs for 9 to 12 million, Areola for 8 to 10 million based on add-ons and things like that. I think you get one more of them and maybe someone like Onana.
Yeah.
I just think it's
could you picture Scamacca up top, Antonio out left, and Kostić behind them? Could you picture it? Because it would cause people a lot of problems. Bowen out in the right.
See, I could see us going and get someone like Traore for 10 million quid from Wolves. Do you know what I mean? It's like that's literally would be like Moyes' wet dream.
Yeah.
It frustrate the hell out of us lot, because he loses the ball and stuff, but just and then there'll be one time where they're all fucking playing and he puts Bowen at 10 and he puts Troy Orr on the right, he puts Hans Harry on the left and Scamacca up front. And someone made a good point. You talk about the Scamacca's 6'5". You've got Declan Rice is 6 foot plus. You've got Souček 6 foot plus. You've got Zuma 6 foot plus. You've got Gbona 6 foot plus. Aged is 6 foot plus as well. We're gonna fucking take the piss at corners.
Yeah.
Set plays and stuff this year. It's literally the land of the giants. We're really gonna have some big boys up there now. So it's exciting times. It really, really is. And that's great what we need, particularly if we can't break teams down, which we're not very good at We've never been very good at breaking teams down. When it comes to set plays, we've done well. We'll be doing a lot better next year, hopefully, particularly with someone like Kostić and his delivery as well. So
absolutely. And I think that's the thing. Moyes is definitely looking at players that can. So far, it's got the vibe that can be there or thereabouts in terms of challenging the starting 11. We don't know what they think. We sit here as people who do YouTube channels, and we don't proclaim to be ITKs or anything like that, so no one really will know what's going through Moyes' head. However, what we do trust is what Moyes is doing, and he's got the faith in what he's doing. And see the comment about Lanzini and Benrahma. Like maybe just maybe that we talk about Benrahma being a luxury player. Maybe signing players like we're signing can offer Benrahma the ability to be that luxury player. Maybe he can. I spoke today about putting Lanzini in that number 10 role. Maybe Benrahma comes into that number 10 role and floats and does what he wants, and maybe he becomes the creative player that West Ham are crying out for, because in front of him he's got a player that's going to drop back, support him. He's got potentially Antonio out on the left or Kostić out on the left, and you've got Bowen out on the right, and then you've got creativity through the middle. And Benrahma, we know, has an abundance of it. It's just about getting that best out of him. So I think players like Benrahma will grow with this team a little bit like Lanzini. The difference between Benrahma and Lanzini was Lanzini hit it off in his first season because he had Payet beside him.
That's the way, and as I said, I think Lanzini, that was arguably his best time, and then he gets injured. Payet leaves, he comes back, and he's the main man. I don't think all our creative hopes are resting on his shoulders, and I don't think he had that. He plays best with skillful players around him, and I think that's why he's come back this season. The ones that's gone, and he's probably played his best season for the last half, 3 or 4, because he's got the likes of Benrahma around him.
Yeah, and I think that it's so important now. The commitment being made right now in the transfer market is European football, week in and week out. Every year, no matter what, because what we need, in order for West Ham to progress, is we need to be playing 50+ games a year, and we need to get used to it. That's why if we can get through the playoffs, I think it's going to be important that we do bring someone else in, or minimum 2 in the forward area. Not forward and an attacking midfielder. The problem is, we've known that he's wanted Lingard desperately. He never got Lingard. Scamacca doesn't replace Lingard. We haven't signed someone who replaces him yet. So therefore, we're going to bring in probably a central attacking midfielder. Look at that man. That big handsome man.
Lovely man.
Buzzing.
Lovely man.
Buzzing. That's me. That's me tomorrow morning.
Yes, I was about to say, when did they superimpose my head on Scamacca's head onto my body? Jesus, that's like me out on the patio. Yes, I think you're right. It's a point now where we need to be playing lots. We need to be playing 50+ games, and we need to make sure we've got the people involved. That's right, indeed. Oh well, that was a fun hour.
I'm just really annoyed I wasn't here for the start. Honestly, all night long, everyone
I was in, and I was sorting out the pool as well. So I was sorting the pull out, and I came in, and as I was talking, I said, "And Anton's here, but he's not here." And I showed the picture of you just like just a blank, just not on your chair. But just one of those things, man. one of those things. But yeah, typical West Ham. Because I would have
sorry.
thought it would have been.
Mate.
I'm
sorry.
Sorry.
No,
It's night time.
Yeah.
Need to get him for the bank. But I was thinking, with being this sort of big striker signing, that we was going to do like a really big, like announcement, maybe something out of the stadium. And
Nah. Do you know why? Because we're signing more players, and there's no time for this shit.
But then we didn't do it for Haller. We tagged it on to the end of the third kits.
I know,
didn't
but
we?
Do you know what? It's a case of Moyes is like, do you know what? Get it done. Like the Twitter thing didn't work out because they didn't officially. Oh well, did they, what was their what was the Twitter? Did they do the A? Did they do the A?
Yeah, the A was a sign all the way from Rome, Italy, or something like that. So they did do it, but it was like it was every 45 minutes until the last one, which took like 2.5 hours.
Yeah. So I don't know. Just get it done.
Like
I heard you say. I know you wanted it to be like waited for tomorrow. I know you wanted them to wait for tomorrow, but I don't want that. I'm glad. Yeah. I'm glad it's done. I want it done. I just want it in. Like it does. Like if it was officially done earlier, just put the bloody announcement out because then we all want to talk about it, and then we've got to try and dissect it through the night.
It's like the Agüero thing. They said it was going to be at midday on a Monday, so you sort of knew you could sort of like you could go to bed and and not you two need some rest as West Ham be announcing Kostić at 6 a.m. It won't surprise me. Let's start.
Do you know what, Scott? If they are, we'll be on because I'll be up with the little man because it's my turn again tonight. So. I'll have Joey with me feeding them milk, and I'm like, West Ham signed Kostić. But I do love the fact that we have signed them. Nobody knows when we're going to announce it. I love it. I love it all. Like I know Scamacca's been more known, definitely more known in comparison to the other signings, except for maybe Areola.
And Agüero, really, because Agüero was like went on for ages, isn't it?
Yeah, but what I mean is like just it kind of. Yeah. So hopefully, it's kept under wrap. I love the fact. I mean, it disappeared. Like we put the offer in, it disappeared for a week, then put it to the back burner. A bit like Onana, and maybe that's a sign.
Yeah.
Maybe he's the other person on the plane, Russ.
Yeah. Well, I
just picked him up on the way over from Italy.
Yeah, Italy. On the way. Lille on the way, pop into to France and then across. Yeah, but I think the fact is because we had like Darmesh, is like it's like the video of him at the Rome airport, and then we had the video of him at Biggin Hill or Farnborough, yesterday night signing West Ham bits already. You sort of. And everyone at Fabrizio Romano was saying it's all done. He's just got to pass the medical, and then people go, "Oh, but some people, some ITKs, so to speak, were saying, oh, it could take 2 days to do the medical." Well, it was done. It was done in about 4 hours by the looks of it, because if he's doing come on you irons, in a sort of while it was still light, yeah,
absolutely,
nice one.
If you are watching, please do subscribe to the channel. There's several hundred of you watching just now, and if you haven't already, there's an option to click that subscribe button. As Russ always says, if you click it and you look at it and it's red, there's a possibility you haven't clicked join now. Or sorry, you haven't clicked subscribe. If you aren't logged in and then you try to subscribe, it'll ask you to log in. That's just, I think, logging into your Google account, I believe. Is that right? Or any account, you can have something like that. So just do that as well. And obviously hit the thumbs up if you can as well. That's always good. That helps us out. Leave a comment when the show's finished. Go and check out all the other videos we've had. I think today's been a busy day in terms of content as well.
We've had Hammers. We did a few bits and bobs. We had we restarted the famous series My Hammers 11 that restarted this week with Mark Simmons, who's a comedian who's regular on Mock the Week and very funny man, and good My Hammers 11, good one.
Absolutely.
And we should have, I'm hoping we might have an ex-player on this week, someone we haven't had on before, and hopefully I'm hoping to get one of Scamacca's ex-teammates on.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I'm not going to say nothing.
Well, I think people could put 2 and 2 together there.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're just waiting for the okay for that, but he's up for that. So that's cool. That's good.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you'll be back lunchtime or the Daily Show tomorrow. And
I just need to look at my diary, so I don't know when I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it. So don't worry, I will be there. So just
that's
keep an eye on the
why you
channel.
need to subscribe, and that's why you need to hit the bell notifications so you don't miss any of the videos we've got coming up.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all good in the hood.
Let me just answer. There's so many questions here. I'm so excited with our signing so far that I'm frustrated. I'm holding back with my predictions until the transfer window closes. I get that. Daniel was saying, are these signings good enough to keep Dex for longer than this season? I don't think it's the sign. I think the signings will help. I think it's what West Ham do this season.
Yep, indeed. I totally agree. We will be doing predictions. We will be setting up we'll probably next week where you can put in your predictions around who you think, where you think going to finish in this season in the Premier League, Conference, FA Cup, stuff like that, and you can put them all in, and the winner at the end of the season will win a prize, as well as the fantasy football league, as well, all that type of stuff as well to keep you going.
Absolutely. Well, to finish off, we haven't done it yet, but we do have a little cheeky video. Are you got anything else? Else you would like to say,
I'm cool.
DJ Rossi B?
Yeah? No. I'm gonna go to bed in a minute.
Well. As you can tell, I'm tired as well. So buzzing. Scamacca's in the door. Big centre half. Big centre forward. Through the door. I'm trying to think of a quick song. I know there's loads.
Well, I'm trying
Luca's
to start
on fire. Your defense.
Yeah, I mean, Happy Hammer it did like Bullets in there. It's not player. It's Scamacca. I like that one. I was trying to think of something else. You know, like, remember that garage song Zambuca.
Yeah.
You know, like we went to the Gianluca Scamacca. I mean, there'll be loads coming up.
When West Ham score a goal, it's an West Ham score a goal, it's Antonio what?
Antonio Scamacca. When West Ham score a goal,
it's Antonio or Scamacca.
Like needs a bit of work, Clive.
This 10 to midnight, we're sitting here trying to do a song. As always, thank you. It's cheered me up from Peter. Of course, Scamacca done. On to Kostić. West Ham are massive everywhere we go. Get some rest, lads.
Return of the Mac.
Turn off the Mac once again.
Well, because obviously the last time we had a Macca playing for us, we did all right. The 85-86.
Absolutely.
With Macca. So yeah. So
listen, we could be here all night because we're digressing again as we do. Right, here's everything you need to know about the man we have just signed, Gianluca. I was about to say Gianluca Buffon. That shows you how tired I am. Gianluca Scamacca. If you haven't already, subscribe, hit the like button. Thank you very much, and we'll see you tomorrow. Take it easy. Come on, you irons.